Well, good morning to you all. The lighting's not too bad this morning, so I thought I'd take the opportunity to show you the completed Scythian army that I've painted up for Mortem at Gloriam. It was ready a few days ago, but the weather wasn't great. It was cloudy, dull, so I couldn't get good photographs, and anyway we had a lot of family stuff going on. So I shall turn the camera around and show you what it looks like. So here's the army. I'll start by trying to give you a panning shot and then put some of the units on the turntable so you can see them better. So here we are. It's made up of figures from several different manufacturers. Some are new, some I've had for some years, but a lot of them were kind of gifted to me by a friend. And I've kind of painted them all up so they're in a similar style, and now finished all the basing, and they kind of come together as a single unit. So there we are. Right, I'm now going to turn this off and set up the turntable. These figures are forged in battle, and they are the Scythian nobles. I have 2 units of these, so 2 units of 18. They're armoured men on armoured horses. You've seen the painted figures before, but not on their bases. So, very nice figures. Easy to paint. Now, time consuming when you look at the horse blankets, because even though they're not the most elaborate I've tried to represent, even doing this level took a degree of time I wasn't expecting. Now, I've had one rather unfortunate experience here. I usually use super glue, a gel, to stick the riders to the horse, and it's worked perfectly well up to now. But when I did it on these, some of them, the gel was very brittle, and it just takes a small knock to knock the rider off the horse. So I've had to glue some of them back on with a different sort of glue completely. It's worked alright, but it's been quite disturbing. Right, so those are the nobles and followers. Right, I'm going to just change the figures on the turntable now. So these are more forged in battle figures. Mostly they are the Scythian horse archers, and that's what this unit represents. But I've added in, for variety, some figures from the forged in battle Parthian range. Again, nice figures, easy to paint. It came out quite well. I'm pleased with these. I tried to make them quite colourful without going over the top, so some of the colours are a bit more muted, I suppose, than I would use in other circumstances. I could have gone overboard on painting the trousers. I kind of gave them mostly plain with 1 or 2 with stripes or dots on, just to give the impression of flamboyance. So those are the forged in battle horse archers. Here we have more horse archers. These are from Falcon figures, Falcon miniatures I suppose they are. I think Falcon's long gone, but the figures I think are still available through, well, it used to be Lurkio, I think it's now the Little Corporal, something like that. These work well, but I think I mentioned before I had to crop a millimetre or so off the tail of the horses because they interfered with the rank behind. There's a good mix of figures here, including quite a few female horse riders, which is a requirement for the Scythian army because everybody who could did fight. So there you go, that's that unit. Here we have some more horse archers. This time I think these are from gladiator miniatures. Only 2 poses. But again, they mix well with the others and they look good when they're painted up, I think. I find gladiator miniatures sometimes are a bit static in their poses, but these have got a good amount of movement and I like them a lot. Right, and then another one. Now this group is made up of Essex miniatures. I've had these a while and I've rebased them for this project. Now as you can see they're all one pose. I think Essex do other codes with slightly different poses, but when I bought these I think I'm right in saying these were the only ones available when I bought them. And I've had a soft spot for them for a long time. It's interesting how much heavier these feel than the more modern figures. There has to be something different in the alloy, but Essex always was a bit bendier than most anyway. Alright, and there's one more unit to show you. And this final unit is, I think these are Outpost Games miniatures, and these are skirmishing horse archers. You'll notice, or you might have noticed up to now, all the male figures were bearded. These are not bearded, so these are adolescents, if you like, skirmishing. And that is the last unit I've got to show you for the minute. The army, I'm saying, is complete. All the fighting elements on the original army I kind of put together for Mortem and Gloriam are now painted and based and ready. There's a camp that needs to be added, and as with all things, an army is never really finished. I'm now looking at different compositions, and this is early Scythian and Sarka. So there's a later Scythian list and a later Sarka list, and there are a few bits and bobs that I'd need to expand to those two. The basic dress doesn't change. There are a couple of things that would be a little different. So the nobles here were using some Greek armour and Greek helmets. They might not have been as prevalent in the Sarka, who were a Scythian tribe but further to the east, and had less contact with the Greek world, at least until Alexander conquered the Persian Empire. So I'm in the process of looking at how to expand into those later armies. I've also got to think about markers, wound markers, slowing markers, and charge markers. I've got some ideas for those, but it's whether or not I can bring them off. That might take a little longer to organise. But essentially, that project has been started and now completed. It does pose one extra problem. I've got nowhere to store it. And I'm looking now at seeing what I can get rid of to clear space in the study to find a home for this army. And I'll also have to start thinking about terrain for it. But that's for another day. So I'll leave it there. Thank you for watching, and I hope I've got something to show you again in the near future. Thank you.